Human brain hacking goes global. Neuralink's next move will shock you. So Elon Musk's Neuralink has crossed another milestone, securing approval to begin human trials in Canada, a bold leap in its mission to merge human brains with artificial intelligence. This move follows its US trials and raises jaw-dropping possibilities for the future of brain-computer interfaces. Could this be the start of a global wave of AI-enhanced superhumans? Or are we opening Pandora's box for a tech dystopia? For those that are unaware what Neuralink is one of the 20 companies that Elon Musk owns or is the CEO of. Ultimately, what it is, for those that are unaware, it is a chip that goes in your brain that gets surgically implanted in your brain that essentially enhances you. Now, initially, the goal was really to help people that are paraplegic, people that can't see or can't move certain body parts, or people that are wheelchair bound. It allows them to be able to control certain body parts that usually they're not able to control, or if they're missing a body part, it allows them to be able to control computers. And not just any computer, it'll be a computer that they're directly connected to, but they'll be able to control computer cursors to be able to do certain activities. Or again, if someone can't see or they can't hear, and it's not specifically because of something that has to be a surgery in a sense that something needs to be repaired. Let's say if someone is not able to see and it's merely because there just might either be a little bit of nerve damage or there is just some error. Neuralink is a chip and a device and technology that allows to repair that connection. Human brain hacking goes.
All right, as always, all praises, honor, and glory goes out to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations goes out to you, brothers, pushing out the word in sincerity and truth. Also, shalom to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And there you heard it, man. Neuralink is headed to Canada, for official trials. After a couple months ago, Neuralink was approved for general use in the United States, right? They're building up all of their headquarters in Dallas and so on and so forth. So they already, are progressing very quickly with their plan because they're now headed to Canada. Neuralink is now heading to Canada for trials. And what's next? Is it Europe? And Lord willing, it is. These prophecies are speeding up, pertaining to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 on down, right? But I wanted to bring out a article about a other BMI, brain machine interface, or BCI, brain computer interfaces. There's different companies that are launching brain implants. And this is one that's very big, but it hasn't really been pushed as much as Neuralink because Neuralink is more mainstream and the face of it is a very popular character. When you have a movie and this life we live is a movie in itself. And Elon Musk is a very popular character. He's a fan favorite. A lot of people look up to him. A lot of people idolize him. A lot of people like his devices, his Teslas. They like his business ideas. They like the fact that he's one of the world's so-called richest men. But this one right here, Synchron, is spearheaded by Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. And it's a little more advanced than Neuralink. And I'll just read a couple paragraphs here from this article that was 8 months ago, and it says Synchron arrival to Musk Neuralink readies large-scale brain implant trial. And it goes on to say Synchron Inc. arrival to Elon Musk Neuralink brain implant startup. And this whole rival thing, this is how these Edomites go to work. They give you options when they give you options, but you really end up at the same place. That's what I was trying to say. You have Democrats, you have Republicans, right? Even in branding, you have Nike, you have Adidas. It's does the same shit, right? Goes on to say, Synchron Inc. arrival to Elon Musk's Neuralink brain implant startup is preparing to recruit patients for a large-scale clinical trial required to seek commercial approval for its device. The company's chief executive told Reuters Synchron on Monday plans to launch an online registry for patients interested in joining the trial, meant to include dozens of patients, and has received interest from about 120 clinical trial centers to help run the study, CEO Thomas Oxley said in an interview. Part of this registry is to start to enable local physicians to speak to patients with motor impairments, he said. There's a lot of interest, so we don't want it to come in a big bottleneck right before the study we'll be doing. And then New York based Synchron is farther along in the process of testing its brain implant than Neuralink. Right, so they're it's saying that they're further in their development, you know, they're in their studies, in their trials, both in their testing process, I should say. Both companies initially aim to help paralyzed patients type on a computer using devices that interpret brain signals. And that's one of the miracles of the beast. They are promising to do things that are godlike, right? They see themselves in this way. There's nothing that they don't see themselves doing. They just put a years to it. Oh, in 20 years, or in 5 years, or in the next this and that. They're always planning ahead as if their house is gonna continue forever, meaning their kingdom, their Caucasian rulership, and that's not the case. Well, Slovakia. So this is just one of his devices, and I'm gonna read a few precepts before I go into Revelation chapter 13. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11, and it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. And the devices that we're speaking about right now is his implants, whether it's the RFID, implant that can be put in your right hand or your left hand. In Sweden, it's like, I think the percentage is like 30% of the population has a RFID chip implant that they use to make payments. Likewise, these BMIs, these brain implants, brain machine implants are gaining a lot of popularity. And there's many different companies that have these devices, but the main ones are Neuralink and Synchron, right? And they are gonna promise you paralyzed, crippled, blind individuals sight, movement, interaction with the internet, online. You may be able, as the guy said in the video, to move a cursor with your mind. You may be able to play video games with your mind, and all of those things lead to buying and selling. The real reason why Esau Edom is really trying to help you people, which he doesn't help people. There's always an end goal, is so that he can also incorporate you crippled, blind, and paralyzed individuals into the system. He's going to incorporate you along with the able-bodied people that can walk normally, see normally, use their limbs normally as a normal human being, right? So it's not really to give you sight, to help you to use your hand. That's the deception. That's what they use to hook you, to bring you into this one world government, this new world order, this one world currency. That's what it's leading to. And what's the easiest way to get crippled people involved? A crippled person can't wave their hand. A person that doesn't have any mobility in their arms, they can't swipe their hand to make a payment. A person that's blind, it's you get what I'm saying. It's much easier to do that through the brain devices, right? And it says, but we're not. It says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And who is the we? The we is the elect. The elect is not ignorant of these things. The 2/3 and the heathens will be the first ones in line, like zombies, lining up to get these devices. Right? The new thing. It's gonna be like, oh, the new thing on the block. It's like Tesla is a new car. Was it when Tesla was a new car, people run to that. If you have a new phone now, people are gonna run to that. That's like when you have a new iPhone. Everybody wants a new iPhone. Everybody wants an iPhone. It's gonna be the witchcraft is going to be focused on these devices, right? And this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. And it says, "For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect." Right? So it's not possible to deceive the elect, but it's possible to deceive you, two-thirds and heathens. So if I were you, I would hope that I'm of the elect, that I'm not deceived of these things, because it's crazy that you have people that say they're in the truth, and you have camps that don't push the MOTB the correct way. They don't push the importance of not taking these devices, not taking these RFID chips in the hand and in the forehead, and not playing around. Not point of what I'm saying is that these people don't speak against it, and they should speak against it, right? And that's something you should look at, because they're deceived. They truly, some of them truly believe that these devices, the RFID and the BMIs, are not what the MOTB is not what Revelation chapter 13 is speaking of. They don't warn you people about this. They don't see the significance. They tell you that the MOTB, the mark of the beast, is sin. And going to church on Sunday and sleeping with white women. When in fact, Neuralink and Synchron is a part of the mark of the beast, together with any implants in your right hand that allows you to buy or sell. Right? But again, it says, "For there shall arise false Christs, false prophets," and that's what those men are, "and shall shew great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." And it's not possible to deceive the elect. Right? But what does it say in Romans chapter 11, verse 7? It says, "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." So if you're not able to take heed to this message, or the message of the prophets pushing, and the prophets of, that speak the same doctrine as the apostles of Great Millstone, on down, you are blinded. Because it's pretty simple, if the Spirit is dealing with you, to see what the mark is, right? And let's get it in Revelation chapter 13. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and it says, "He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond." Right, all. So all you crippled and paralyzed people are included in this, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And the foreheads is referring to these BMIs, these brain machine implants, right? These brain computer interfaces, or implants, sorry, right? These things will allow you, individuals that they're marketing this to buy or sell. You will be able to buy things on the web with these devices. These devices will give you a false sense of reality, right? So if you're playing a game like Sims and you want to buy clothes for your character, you're gonna have to buy or sell, whatever it may be. It's very easy to see and understand, but the deception is to help you people see again, to move again. Cool, it may help a little bit, but only person that can fix you and cure you is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. These devices will not. It will just give you a false sense of reality and a false belief. You people, you wicked ass two-thirds, you trust in the beast. You trust in his devices. You don't trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. because you have no faith. And it goes on to say, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Yeah, no man at all. No crippled man, no paralyzed man. So how are you consumers, the ones that they're marketing it to, you blind, crippled, bent up people? What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to take this device to buy or sell. That's the option. He's gonna or not. If you're of the elect, you won't, because you shouldn't take it. This is something that if the spirit is dealing with you, you're gonna reject it, right? And that's what we preach to you people. We warn you people of these things, and I'm gonna read the judgment as well. But going down, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 600, 6. And just to go into the word, because this right here is Chi Psi Stigma right here, and we're going to go into stigma. See Chi Psi Stigma.
Strong's G 5516. Chi Psi Stigma.
Chi Psi Stigma.
Chi.
Cool. So it means to stick, prick, a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name of the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, right? So that's what Esau is doing, through the spirit. This is not he has been branding his slaves, since the most recent captivity, captivity that involved physical chains. He branded you physically then. In sometimes, and now today, what he does is he brands you by your birth certificate, by your passport, your license. But now he wants to go old school, but with not an old school. He wants to incorporate. He wants to physically brand you. That's what I'm trying to say. He wants to go back to that way, but with modern technology. So what's modern technology? He's not gonna take a I forgot what you call the device what you use to brand animals. He's not gonna take one of those devices and stick it on you and say, okay, you're mine. He wants to track your every move with this device. He wants to control what you can do. And how is he gonna control what you can do? With buying and selling in his society. But if you're not if you are off Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then you will be outside of his grid. You will live outside of this world, and you will suffer in righteousness, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said his servants will eat and his servants will drink. So it's all about faith, right? So it goes on to say, commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. So do you belong to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or do you belong to Esau Edom, his beast system? Are you going to stay faithful to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or try to be faithful to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? Or are you going to give up yourself to Esau Edom and his devices, to live a comfortable life, to live a life where you can continue traveling, to live a life where you can continue going to the gym, going to the supermarket? What are you going to do? Live a life where your kids, your babies not suffering. You live a life where are you gonna do the sacrifice so your baby can live a comfortable life, so your wife can feel comfortable and not suffer? These are the things that you're gonna be faced with. It's not gonna be easy. People will say, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do it." Yeah, right. You better hope the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is dealing with you and you're one of his, because the flesh is weak. These chains of darkness, when affliction and Jacob's trouble and this system is fully implemented, you crippled and able-bodied people are gonna fold if you're not of the elect, because the scriptures tell you the elect will not be deceived. It's not possible. So who are the ones that are going to be deceived? The ones that were blinded, right? And I'll continue. It says, and there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods, right? People are going to run and volunteer to do these things. So I'll close with Revelation chapter 16. I'll start at verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth. Right, and verse 2 says, and the first went and poured out his vials upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon men which had the mark of the beast upon them which worshipped the image. So you're going to get sores and cancer all over your body, for taking this device, right? Right, so that's pretty much the point I wanted to get here. It's heavy judgment. The judgment is death, hellfire. That lake of fire that people talk about. That's not. It's gonna feel like hell, but that's the judgment. You're gonna burn to death. If you take this device. If you take, no matter if you're paralyzed or crippled and your life sucks, who cares? You're not supposed to take it. If you're one of Yahweh Shem Shai's, you're not gonna do this, and neither the RFI, the RFID, which can be put implanted in your hand to buy and sell. You're not supposed to take that one either, and you can't be clever and so I'm gonna take it out. That's why the judgment says here there's gonna be a grievous sore that falls upon men that take the mark of the beast, right? When you go into that word grievous. Hardship, pressed, bringing towards bad nature, bad condition, right? So it's gonna be a terrible thing, man, a terrible sore. You don't want to be in the receiving stick of the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.